the Savannah Conference. So for me, I think that the best two teams will always have their nerve, or to pick the tickets to be part of the last one in Lagos.
Talking about the Savannah Conference, which of the teams have qualified? We know we have Dolphins, and no, Dolphins not in that group.
In the Savannah Conference, we already have Custom and Air Warriors.
Who have qualified?
Yeah, qualified, yes, in Savannah Conference, and they qualified because of the last one they played, before this particular one in Sabah. And I think that if we must think about qualification, as it stands now, First Bank needs to do everything possible to eliminate Dolphins. For Dolphins, they hope that they also have very poor run, and I think that all matters where the pendulum will swing to between Dolphins, First Bank, IGP Queens, and Sunshine Angels. But as it stands now, for the likes of Bayelsa Queens, they are already on top. Mountain of Fires and Miracles. So if MFM wins one more game, that means it is over, because for the Bayelsa Wales, they look like a team that is very formidable, and with a high rank point, it looks like they are the first team that certainly will pick a ticket.
Talking about women basketball, do we have some action coming from Rivers? We know of the Hoopers, but we don't seem to have a female basketball team here.
It's worrisome, Mr. City, but because it's national in scope, I'm trying to rejig or revive the system. I think there is need for it. We should have a standard structure. If you have a male team, there's tendency for you to have a female team, and add to it, you have an academic team. That is how the club should be structured. And for Rivers Hoopers over the years, they are one of the best sides in Nigeria, no doubt. But in recent time, we haven't seen how glorious they are, because they've never been able to qualify to play in the continent, even if they did so in the first edition of BAR. But I expect that it is the only spurs on the sports ministry to see how far we can get a female team. I don't want to believe that in Rivers State they do not have a good female basketballers. I think it's about the desire to have a team. If you have a good team structure, then certainly all these things will naturally fall in place. We go to the likes of Bayelsa, and Bayelsa have a male team and a female team. Part of those little girls that won the championship a few years ago, they are now part of the Bayelsa Wales, and that's how it should be. So I think that it's lovely when you go to the likes of Custom, you have custom based, not only when they have it in handball, basketball. That is standardized and that is structural. So for me, I think that the Rivers State government needs to do a whole lot, because we cannot have a good team like the Rivers Hoopers and not make an academy. That is where the missing link is.
Well, organization of basketball in Rivers State needs to be stepped up. We have Rivers Hoopers that have been to the first edition of basketball league in Africa only just about 2 years ago, and we should expect that there should be a female team contending for top position in the female basketball league that's ongoing here in Nigeria. Talking about basketball, let's step it up a little bit and go to the continent where African champions, the Tigress, will face Senegal and United States of America, and Senegal as well at the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament. This draw took place yesterday in Hungary. Had the Nigerian team, that's the Tigress, put into Tournament 2, which will be held in Antwerp, Belgium from the 8th of February 2024. Ebo, this is Cherry, the Tigress beginning to get back to the continent and to the world as well.
It's lovely. The moment you win, you have the chance to be part of the 16 teams that will qualify, but that will battle from every next state to pick a ticket. And out of these 16 teams, we are sure that 10 teams will pick ticket to be part of the women's series when it comes to the Olympic Cup. But the Tigers, I have no doubt in it, because when you look at the likes of Senegal, the likes of USA, and then Belgium, I still believe that they can do this. The only thing that I suppose is tough type of odds. We won't just be maybe Senegal. We will be the likes of USA. But I want to believe that the Tigers with exposure and winning the 4 pounds. They're very, very prepared for that. Don't forget, 2 years ago, the last edition of the Olympic where we were playing, we saw what the Tigers and the Tigers did, in qualifying. So I believe that one can knows what is at stake, and she will do everything possible. From now to February, we have a team that can match his what it does. It doesn't matter how far. I don't believe that Nigeria has what it takes to pick the ticket from that.
The Tigress, that's a female basketball team of Nigeria. What it takes to really get to the top level in basketball. After all, at the World Cup, but one administration hindered their biggest stage of the World Cup. Do we see these ugly days over in basketball administration in Nigeria?
I think gradually, it just depends on what the board of the Nigerian Association are doing. Recently, we saw the Tigers, the Tigers, they were sent, to the US to China for an invitational tour. So probably that we're going to see, even as companies or even if they are always starting to form, we now see our team. So for me, I think that stability is gradually coming back to the board of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, and I think that that is what it should be. Musa Kida and his team needs to ensure that they do everything possible to help our teams. And from what I've seen within the week so far, in fact, as a matter of fact, the G Tigers defeated the United States of America, which is a laudable one for me. So I think that gradually stability might just be coming the way of our national teams.
Well, you hear the Tigers beating their counterparts from the United States of America. That had to do with what looks like a second-rate United States of America basketball team without most of the top players that play in the NBA. After all, it is still the United States of America colors that they were wearing. So the Tigers has taken out. It won't be the first time we've seen the Tigers beat the United States.
It's more like a back-to-back now, because prior to the last Olympic qualification in 2020, I mean, we also saw the same feat where the Tigers defeated, you can say the big names were not there, but it is still the players from the play, and that's what the coach desires. So it doesn't matter who is wearing the colors. The coaches feel that anybody who wears the colors should be able to maintain the dignity or hold strongly the dignity of the country. So I think that the Tigers have shown that even if they were not able to qualify for the Olympics, but when it comes to matching their records at friendly games, invitational tournaments, they have what it takes to do that as a big nation in Africa.
The Tigers are doing so well, beating their counterpart from the United States of America back-to-back, ahead of a major tournament. And we hope that they will continue this with this momentum. Returning back to the Tigers, that's the female basketball team. Brenna Wakama has just been appointed, and she seemed to have taken the team back to the summit aftermath of a feat at the just concluded championship.
For Rina Wakama, I think that she will not be, our next focus will not be at the Olympics, and all she will be thinking now is the qualification series, how to go about them, because you have to fight to get a ticket, and the biggest hurdle there will be USA. And I think that
one would have thought that because she was just really recently appointed, she was not just going to get it, from what we saw at the last African tourney, but she put the team up and went straight to the final and won the trophy. And now she just has a qualification for the Olympics up next. And someone would have said that because she's just been appointed, it will take some time for her to put the girls together, especially not having the complement of Nigeria's best female basketball players.
And that's more reason, and it's good to start somewhere. See, I not believe seriously that that risk, that was a risk too, because a lot of person never even had the approval, never gave her, the confidence of getting to the semi-finals, talk more of getting to the finals. Beating Egypt in the group was a doubting challenge, and the moment that was done, everyone started having confidence in that. So I think that what she's done so far is just to bring the confidence. And don't forget that she has been an assistant coach, in her club in US, and that alone should speak for something. She has the body of experience. She believed in herself and the player that yes, we may not have the bulk of the team, but we have what it takes. And if the team believe that this manager can lead us to the level we desire, I believe that with what they've achieved, winning the 4th title on the bounce, will now rejuvenate the interest of other players to come in. And the moment the players come in, because it's about her getting to meet with them, talk to them, and then also appealing to the physicians to also lend their hands of fellowship to those ladies and maybe reconcile, because the pain of not being part of the FIFA World Cup is still in their heart. And I think that if she gets the raise of players that she desires, I don't think that she will. So it's about her acumen, her technical brilliance. That was what has led her thus far. For me, it's even more better because she will have to take her time now, plan for the qualification, get the best leg, appeal to the conscience of those ladies, to come back. And if they come back, Nigeria is a big nut to crack when it comes to the global stage.
global stage basketball with the Tigers, Nigeria female basketball side will be very big indeed. But we would like to say that Reda Wakama has started so well, a former female the Tigers herself, and now having its stint as the very first female national basketball coach for Nigeria. We can only wish her the very best of luck. Away from basketball, now let's look at the latest coming from the world of tennis. And African tennis champion Haruna Quadri, yes, from Nigeria, has made a big money move to join Saudi Arabian side Kali Table Tennis Club. The tennis icon will now be playing in Saudi Arabia for Khalif Table Tennis Club, EPO. It looks like the waning days of Haruna Quadri, yet being recognized by top club level football in Saudi tennis in Saudi Arabia.
When you apply the trade, you apply the trade in Africa. From Africa, you move to Europe. Here you play in Portugal, Germany, Russia. It doesn't get bigger playing for this club. And over the years, we've seen consistency from Haruna Quadri. At this point, when his career is, when he's thinking of, anything is possible. I feel that the best is to go make money for yourself, because I tell you for sure, it's he has won all he can win, at least at this stage. It may not be the world best, but he has achieved the top 10 rankings, which for me, if an African player gets to that level, it's something to to applaud him for. So I think it's about making money for himself, playing for his club, and then also building. What they're doing in Saudi Arabia is more like tourist activity, building ambassadors, and if they feel that he's an ambassador of the game, nothing's stopping them, and they've done it. So I think that is a good move for me. He needs to do that to also make money broad times. Let's not take for granted that for you to participate in championship, you need money. Funding is part of the kitchen, and if you get money, I'm sure you can even help out young talent like Taiwo Marty, who are coming up here in Nigeria.
Talking about Haruna Quadri, he's actually the very first African to enter into the top 10 of world table tennis, and we just hope that the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation is looking out for yet another Haruna Quadri that will stay for a while. He's been around table tennis for a season, a couple of seasons now, and I think he's beginning to wind down on his prowess on the table tennis circuit. So we hope the federation will do something to giving us yet another Haruna Quadri. He's taking out the Egyptian counterpart, often that gives him a lot of problems ahead of the International Table Tennis Federation African tourney, where he emerged a champion a few weeks ago.
And that is back to back now for him. The likes of seeing Omar Assar has been a bone in his neck before now. He's never to get past Omar Assar. Saleh is another Italian player who also
Egyptian
player who have also put some strength. But now he now knows that he's gradually taking them at ease, and whenever it comes to African Championship or the ITTF Africa, it's obvious that Haruna Quadri is the man to beat. And I'm loving it, because when you are in Nigeria and you hear that Nigeria is doing this, it doesn't come easy at all. And I feel that Haruna deserve every applaud and every encomium poured on him, especially this is latest move to Saudi Arabia.
Haruna Quadri joining Saudi Arabian table tennis club there, and we wish him the very best of luck. Of course, we know that if you're an athlete and you have a job in Saudi Arabia, you can imagine the financial consideration involved in this one. It's not only in football we have heavy sum, we have this as well in tennis in Saudi Arabia. Some kind of petrodollar, if you ask me. Meanwhile, we'll go now to tennis, and this is from table tennis, we go to lawn tennis, where Aryna Sabalenka, yes, Aryna Sabalenka, top female tennis player in the world, says she's challenged. She has now channeled her frustration into ensuring that she reached into the quarterfinal alongside Coco. Is about increasing the number of trophies in their cabinet.
A lot comes with being in the top 10. A lot. You have a lot of branding deals and all that if you end the year on a top note, and that's for me very key, because as the players come back next year to renew some of these licenses, they comes with bigger branding activities, regardless of what might happen in course of the year. So I think that at this point every player is fighting for Aryna Sabalenka. When she became a world number one, she never expected it, but now that she is now, she wouldn't want to fall out just like that. She want to enjoy, because there is some bit of leverage when you are world number one. Coco Gauff just won her maiden Grand Slam So she also want to continue winning because if you are a Grand Slam winner or if you are gunning for the top 3, you need to be stronger. We have the likes of Iga Swiatek, Sidia. So any draw, especially for the big 5 in WTA. And so that is why you get to see that it is get to at least to the semi-finals, so that whatever happens, it will not affect them so much, especially in their points and rankings.
Later today, actions continue at the China Open, and Arena Sabalenka will definitely be in action against one of another big names in female tennis, Elena Rybakina. This match should produce a semi-finalist. After coming from a straight-set win, do you think Sabalenka can overpower Elena Rybakina?
It wasn't an easy one getting to beat seeded Jasmine Paoli, the Italian. But I love her doggedness in the way she played. Yesterday. I was thinking that we might get to see an upset, but she showed why she's world number 1. But against Elena